I said they looked like the best team in the tournament. This is something I mentioned yesterday. So I feel like I've got a pretty good track record, actually, when it comes to, I guess, estimating their potential. And that being said, I'm going to use that good track record and predict that Ghost is going to take this match. Look, I'm sorry, dude, but Ghost, to me, is just that much better, especially coming off a hot win against Oxygen, and hot might be an understatement as far as that goes. The reigning champions of the AAACS Super events, they have so much going for them right now. I mean, Hawks coming out of the roster just looked so solid, just sounded like such a solid pickup to me. There is no reason in my mind that they should be losing this game.
No, again, it's not as if I'm saying, you know, obviously, you know, Ghost are going to really have a test beyond all tests here. This is something they've seen before. They've played against the best of the best. They're one of the best RLCS teams in North America as a whole. The thing for me here is more that I just feel like Little Step Bros have a little bit more to prove than almost everyone else in this tournament, maybe besides NRG. Again, NRG kind of expected to be, you know, the kings of North America for as long as they could rule supreme. They find themselves in a little bit of difficulty here, and all of a sudden they now have to kind of redeem themselves in a tournament like this. For Ghost, it's another day at the office. They've been here before. They've played good competitions. They've played solid competitions before. For Little Step Bros, this is their proving grounds. This is a massive tournament with a ton on the line for them, especially if they do well here in this series. Making the top two would seed them phenomenally for our championship at the end of the summer. So let's see, what can they do against the up-and-coming roster of Ghost Gaming? Game number 1 is officially underway. And Squid, oh my, am I excited for this series.
Yes, I gotta say, eyes on creams right now for me. I honestly feel like the biggest performer we saw from the Little Step Bros in the last Challenger event. But of course, that's not to say that Spider or Kep are slacking off at all. We'll see what they can bring here against Ghost, what they can levy as far as offense goes. I'd be very satisfied if they could get an early attack going here. Seems like it's already being stalled out. A couple of demolitions, not gonna help. Hoxer looking for a flip reset, but no dice on this one as we get settled in for game 1.
We're getting settled into game 1, and already this feels like a very different series. The last one was end-to-end with boomers on either side. And although we do see a booming touch out of Hawkster here, it feels like this is going to be a little bit more developed, if you will. You know, the teams are going to try and keep this one a little bit closer. There's going to be more contested airspace, and there are going to be more shots on target like that. Yeah, keep your eyes on Creams. Apparently, he doesn't want his team to win either. That is an unfortunate cut from him.
Nah, Creams just wants to be the star of the show, all right? You see Kelp, no one else gets with the shot. It's like, nah. I'm the one that's scoring on this team. Maybe that's the case. Or maybe it's just a miscommunication. I think I'm going to tack it up to a miscommunication. But either way.
Really? I don't know. We can't call that yet. Come on now. We got to make sure on that one. Maybe Creams is, you know, a sleeper agent here working for Ghost. We don't know yet.
All right, well, one's in the chat if you think it was a communication error. Two's in the chat if you think that Creams is just trying to be the star of the show. But we'll continue forward. Alpha Kep here off the backward, almost actually finding the top corner of the net. Shock, though, had the read, excuse me. And they will be able to get this one downfield. Hawks are almost with the air drag. Seems like there's a lot of back and forth going on here, Baz, with maybe these one-off attacks on the solo efforts.
It doesn't feel necessarily as boomer ball as the last game that we were watching, where it was just continually getting cleared from end to end to end to end. But I do agree with you. It's a lot of dump and chase, just one-and-done offenses. And it's not necessarily because the players aren't keeping it close, but it's sort of, all right, you make an attempt. Okay, didn't necessarily work out. Let's not overexert ourselves. Let's just go right back into defense and try again. Here's the issue. If the defense isn't there, there's not much you can do. And as Creams finds himself a beautiful pass center from a demolition in the net from Spider, this is such a well-executed play.
That is the team play you want to see. And Creams, maybe not the star of the show. Apparently, Chad thinks that Creams was just trying to be the star of the show earlier. So thank you guys for your input. Appreciate it. But I guess they'll take the assist. Okay, you know, you can't be the star of the show in the finals if you never get there. So maybe that's the logic on that one. Nice little play by Creams there. So still putting their name in the hat for MVP on the game. It'll be a shot actually from Spider all the way downfield. But at this point, I think the Little Step Bros going to be more than happy with that 1-goal lead. And of course, as I say that, they're still trying to find more. A demolition along the shot there, that surely would have been a goal had it gone on target. They're certainly grabbing a lot more zone time than I think we would have expected to see at the outset of this match pass.
I think the big thing, and this is something I think that Ghost Gaming in particular is going to need to get adjusted to, Lil Step Bros, we know that they're a very offensive team with multiple players on this squad who have got 1v1 prowess. I think AlphaCap in particular is the player to really look at. He's continually climbing leaderboards right this minute as well. But at the same time, it's one of these teams that you really got to be surprised by their defense. On-the-line defense is something that shocked us the last time we saw them play in our previous Challenger Series event, the final one for the year. Now here in the Super event, I'm not going to be surprised by this. On-the-line saves are not just a guarantee out of this team, it's something that they love to rely on because it forces their opponents to dive at the ball and commit every single player into a defense. And, well, speaking of defense, where'd it go? AlphaCap finds his second goal of the game as, I guess it's a double commit out of Ghost, but where was their third?
I mean, not for lack of trying on the defense, though. You saw, I mean, even on the previous play, Creams went for a double tap. And here's the thing that got me about that attempt. Is not because he put it on target. He almost did, mind you, but it was because Lion Blaze, talk about 1v1 skills, Lion Blaze is right up there in the conversation for one of the best 1v1 players in the world, and against that double tap, guess where he was? He was sitting down on the goal line. He was not making a challenge. He didn't seem to know how exactly to defend it. If that had been on target, Creams would have put it away. And granted, Lion Blaze may have just recognized that there was no chance for it to go on target, but they got scored on in the end, and he's beaten out here as the Little Step Bros continue the relentless advance down onto the orange side.
Again, it's all starting from that defense, though. It really feels like their defense is so prepared for everything being thrown at them, and they're so quick to transition. Again, another good example. If anyone's going to recognize how to stop a double touch in a 1v1 versus Lion Blaze, it's going to be AlphaCap. But can they stop this one? Creams doesn't have a touch. This is an open net, and finally, Ghost Gaming get on the board.
Signs of life, although for the apparitions, I'm not sure if that's necessarily what they're looking for. Either way, Creams, that touch certainly not going to be helpful, but Shockey's there to take advantage. That's something you need to be able to do. I mean, take a look at the boost count. They had very little going for them, so it was a nice little gift given to Ghost Gaming. They're going to need more, and the kickoff might just be it. That one's just outside of the mark. Thankfully for the Little Step Bros, but they still find themselves at the disadvantage here. Spider is going to be able to slow play that one. Not too many options there for Hoxer. No wingmen on that particular offensive, but they are giving it their best here. A demolition, shock towards the air. Lion Blaze now, the redirect down! What a shot from Lion Blaze receiving from Shock to tie the game!
Yeah, I saw this one 2 ways to Sunday, and I think so did Lion Blaze. Look how early he's up for this. Demolition on the back line clears open the net, and before you can blink, Lion Blaze puts it on target. Honestly, as much as I want to give credit to Lion Blaze for going up for that one, heads up out of Shock. He doesn't necessarily try to put that on target as much as he just gets a booming clear that is so far away from the defense of Little Step Bros that they have no option but to respect it. Well, the respect is being given, but where is it going to be earned in this game? 20 seconds to go. Either one of these teams takes game number one. It feels like it's going to be a momentous occasion, especially for Ghost Gaming. After going down 2-0 and only having about 2 minutes to come back, they have not only done that, but I would say that they are in favor going into the last 10 seconds of this game. But they need to make a touch, a huge opportunity, and then a double commit, but no one's going to punish it. Lion Blaze is going to get uncontested airspace in the corner, and he's going to keep this one up. Back out to Hoxer, and yeah, Hoxer's going to let that one die. Far too dangerous, so we'll take it to overtime instead. Game number one in the first game of this best of 7.
I'm seeing a lot of confidence, though, out of Lion Blaze. I mentioned how I was watching for Creams on the Little Step Bros side. Lion Blaze, I mean, CRL 2022 World Champion and MVP for Northwood Esports, and you can see why. I mean, he had a legendary shot to tie up the game. I can only anticipate that he'll be the one to score for Ghost. Should they win this OT, this might just be it. Just barely beaten out by Spider on that defensive play, but the Little Step Bros find themselves at a massive deficit right now for possession. Creams is forcing that one out, and the double tap from Creams, completely open downfield, and Kev will put it away. That's game one to the Step Bros.
And unfortunately, this is something we've seen time and time again. A missed challenge out at midfield. Someone from Ghost Gaming is not prepared to rotate back, and it's an easy goal for Little Step Bros. This is how they've been taking down the competition all event long, and this is how they're going to do it again here in game number one. Little Step Bros showing they are no slouches. If Ghost Gaming wants to advance to the finals, they're going to have to go through a very hot team.
Creams coming up with the MVP, 3 assists and 4 saves. No goals. That's because Kep is doing all the work. I mean, Creams almost had that game winner, but they knew it's like, okay, let's just focus on securing the game win right now. No heroics. If I don't have this read 100%, I'll just leave it out for my teammates. No reason to panic, and they did exactly that. I mean, the Little Step Bros are looking hot, but Ghost Gaming, they had an excellent response during that game. Sure, goal number 1 was a slight misplay on the Little Step Bros defense, but goal number 2 was certainly all Ghost, and especially Lion Blaze with that bar down ski redirect from Shock. And how in the world are you going to defend that?
Honestly, I don't really know, but that's kind of my biggest question for Los Stepbros right now, is as good as their defense was, and I really do want to continue to be complimentary of it. We saw something similar in our last series, where all of a sudden we started to see ourselves with Hey Bro with a decent defense that was making on-the-line saves on repeat. The issue is, you can make on-the-line saves for as long as you want. You don't make one of them, though, and that's all it takes for a team to penetrate and find those goals. So they got to be careful right now. It feels like Los Stepbros are playing with fire, and although I am concerned for them, I don't think I necessarily need to be too concerned. Again, this is a game plan that they've executed before. They have been here before. All they need to do, though, is continue to make these saves. Creams, another diving save, last second, and it could be a problem, because there's what happens. A single miss on the backboard out of Alpha Kep, and that'll be enough for Ghost Gaming to open up the scoreline.
I mean, it was a miss on the backboard. I wanted to say it was calculated. I think it was just pixels away from making that little bit of contact, and of course, Lionblaze stood up on us. Lionblaze was there to track it down and keep it in the corner in the first place, and that was just a gift given to him. Ghost Gaming, they got the lead here early in game 2, and now the little Step Bros all ready for the counterattack, the pinch down into the mid. Creams could not play close enough and kept being bumped out by Spider. What's going on here? Absolute disaster to the backboard on the blue side. There's no second contact there, though, for Shock. That will be cleared down. An interesting series of events, but it looks like we will at least get a little bit of the neutral game here.
Hopefully we get a little bit of neutral game. Again, we're seeing these one-and-done offenses so much in game number 1. I wouldn't be surprised to see them again here in game number 2, considering that Alpha Kep misses the double touch and is immediately sent back into the little Step Bro side. But I feel like if any of the two teams are going to start taking advantage of that pressure situation, it's going to be Ghost Gaming. One of the things that really impressed myself and Taco the most when we first saw this roster get debuted in the Team Liquid Hercules Tires Invitational a couple of months back was the fact that this team was so cohesive right out the gates. They love passing plays. They are so good at linking up in ways you would never expect. Good example here. Hawkster recognizes Lionblaze in the middle. Lionblaze gets it to the center, but he does not take that one too early. Notice how Hawkster takes his time in this corner. That is the most impressive part of this play.
Are you kidding me? That cross-up from Lionblaze isn't doing anything for you? I mean, how's Spider going to defend? Spider had the close side of the net covered, and that's where I would be too. If I had to choose somewhere, that's where I'd be defending, because there's no way Lionblaze gets that across, right? Right?
Listen, all I'm saying is that at this point, every part of Ghost Gaming is impressive to me. And, well, Step Bros, that's why we said you're not going to have an easy path through here. You want to play on the line defense, good luck?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to need it. They continue to allow pressure. They haven't even put a single shot on target so far this game. No. They're looking incredible in game 1. But no, I am no cap here, Bass. They are struggling to find some zone time here, and I understand why Lionblaze is going to toss that one on target, almost finding the dunk there against Creams. Had to go almost parallel with the goal line there. Spider's forced into action now. This one lurking in the mid. Lionblaze can't actually make this play. Wave. Creams just toss off to the side. There's nobody available.
No.
And the little Step Bros, they're just getting walked all over, but there's just no finish here from Ghost.
Honestly, this is what we were talking about, though. Ghosts really do like to continue with this extended pressure through using passing plays and all 3 of their players on this offense. And that's honestly the best part of that as well, is that they're willing to have players dive and have the other ones back them up. Lionblaze is going to have to respawn here, which is going to make this one awkward, but even despite that, they're still got a designated role from one of their players to be that offensive aggression, to be that player to get in the way and make Little Step Bros uncomfortable. And that's kind of the biggest thing for me in this game that's a comparison to the first one, is Little Step Bros were continually making,
oh no! Oh,
on the line saves. You know what, Little Step Bros? I'm not going to criticize you anymore. You're already probably doing it enough in comms after that miss.
Oh, they almost had a chance there, but Shock is able to get in front of that passing lane. I don't know. That one has got to sting something fierce. We'll see if they can recuperate. I mean, I talked about how they had no shots on target up until recently, and that is certainly not the way that you want to start your shooting ways. Although, I'm getting it started one way or the other. They are finding some zone time as well. Cream's looking for a pass here. No, it's Kep over to Spider. A good idea. But again, so seemingly easily read by Shock on what didn't seem like a very telegraphed passing play. Lionblaze around 2. Kep has to go back off to the races. And they will get there, but the little Step Bros, I mean, talk about goal line defense. I mean, sure, they've been playing it somewhat decently, but with Ghost having so much time and just cutting out any potential rotation for the little Step Bros upfield, how in the world are they going to counterplay this?
Honestly, I'm still kind of reeling from that last play. I was so hoping someone would be there in the center to just finish off that one. It was so pretty. It was so improper not to. But I got to agree with you. I don't know how they're going to stop these passing lanes. Maybe like this.
Oh, what?
Why? What are you doing? Why would you ever even... you know what? Honestly, it's revenge for... Actually, no. It was the same play as before. Literally the exact same play as before.
GG go next. Now you don't score that one either. Hoxer's in the way. They're getting desperate here. I mean, Cream's off the ceiling. They got nothing on this. Little Step Bros. Here, I'm wondering, they lost this game, right? They lost this game way more than Ghost is winning it right now. That's what it feels like to me. Can we all agree on that? Anybody else?
So, question then.
Oh.
Which one is going to be more devastating? 9-0 victory for NRG or the 2-0 victory for Ghost Gaming here when there could have been a tied ball game?
Yeah, when you literally threw two relatively open nets. I mean, here's the thing. For Creams, at the very least, I think they were trying to get across. Maybe the defender was going to be there to make the play. I was on director cam at the time, viewing their camera. But still, you know, you don't want to have that hypothetical lurking in the back of your mind. A nice touch away here from Lion Blaze. Going to deny that fake and will put away game 2. At least it's a tied series, okay? You know, I'm still over here like half of the mindset. Nice save, Creams, by the way. I'm still over here half of the mindset that Ghost won game 1. It was just a runaway victory for the Little Step Bros. So at least it's just a tie series. Reset the mental, and please, somebody get Cream some ice for his back with all 6 of his team saves.
He literally was the entirety of the defense for that game there. And honestly, he was the entirety of the defense for Ghost Gaming as well. Fantastic save on the other end, and unfortunately, that's not really what Little Step Bros are hoping for here. Honestly, what I'm hoping for is a very back-and-forth series, and if we continue to see Little Step Bros without having the ability to actually finish off their shots, I'm gonna get worried. Not gonna get worried quite yet. It's only game number 2 of the series here, but it does feel like when Ghost Gaming start to find their form, they don't really let that go. So game number 3 here, in my opinion, gonna be very telling. If Ghost Gaming have a repeat performance, another shutout like in game number 2, I'm not going to say the series could be over, but getting close to it.
No. Here's the deal. Ghost Gaming could shut out the Little Step Bros as long as the Little Step Bros don't save their own shots. Okay, that's my conditional. That's the one condition for me as far as mental goes. Oh my God, Lion Blaze! No, you can't do this! Oh, there's a reason he's such a legendary striker pass.
So do you want to try and take that one back again? Are we still believing that this is not where Ghost Gaming run away with this one? Yeah, forget that. They're about to vanish into the night and take these guys to the underworld with them here. This is ridiculous, Ghost Gaming. You shouldn't even be able to get shots like that.
I don't know, but Lion Blaze with the placement. Oh my goodness. You can see that it caught Little Step Bros off guard. It caught me off guard. I mean, he just shoots
everybody.
it. He just shoots it. And he scores. That's just Lion Blaze. Just Lion Blaze things.
Honestly, he's about to do another Just Lion Blaze thing.
No way!
Yup!
No
Saw that
way!
one! I literally, like, that's what sucks about this, is I know Little Step Bros are thinking the same thing. They see this up, they see Lion Blaze and go, alright, and that's another goal, and there it is. What a shot!
Spider's just desperately getting up to that one. He does not have the read. You can see it.
No,
He does not have the read. But he's like, okay, it's in this general vicinity. I gotta touch it. There's no way that we walk away from this unscathed unless I touch this ball, and they just dive at it. Because what else can you do? They gotta find a response. Lion Blaze is going off. Has been the star striker for Ghost Gaming. Has been a star striker in just about every aspect of everything ever at that rate. But still, let's just keep it in the here and now. I mean, if he's looking this good, though, I am scared for whoever they come up against next, because the Little Step Bros, it looks like that they are still searching for some sort of desperate response to what he's bringing to the table. Here's Creams, downfield, on target, Shock is there, 0 boost. There's still a chance for him to score. Kept with the passing angle, but nobody is prepared for it. Hoxer was there lurking in the zone, even to make a cut off on net. I don't understand. How are you going to get around this defense if they're reading all those plays?
I mean, they're trying everything. I'll give them credit at that. It does feel like they're desperately diving at the ball in this final third, just hoping to keep up this pressure, and I feel like that's the big difference here. Coordination for the side of Ghost Gaming. They have all 3 of their players working in such close cohesion versus Little Step Bros who are kind of just having these one-off rolls of, all right, now you dive. No, now you dive. And they're not really able to utilize that into anything further than a single solo play. Meanwhile, for Ghost Gaming, they really are just linking up so incredibly well. I don't know what needs to change here for Little Step Bros. I've got my theories, but the reality is that if they go into the halfway point through this game without a goal, I'm going to start to get scared, as that will be going on about 8 minutes without them finding a single real solid shot.
My God. Kep, below play, down into the mid. Where is Creams? Not there in support. I mean, they get the 50-50s, they keep it in the corner. That was a nice passing play, though, from Kep, and clearly the communication wasn't there, but they need to be a little bit closer on that play. They don't even have anybody to immediately challenge the midfield, and they'll lose that 50-50. Now Lion Blaze off the ceiling. Lion Blaze looking for Shock. They'll find the connection, but it's an easy read on the back end. Of course, Little Step Bros, we talked about their goal line defense being one of the more solid parts of their game. In game 1, they've been struggling of late. Lion Blaze, speaking of, gonna make a goal line save here. Alpha Cap up to Creams. It looks good on target. No, denied by Hoxer off the post and away. What are you gonna do to get past Ghost?
I'm not even going to try and ask for a replay of that one, but I hate to say it. I feel like the save wasn't perfect, and if AlphaKep had not pinched that off the bar, there's a chance that bounces in. This one's got to go in, though. It doesn't matter. All erased and sent away as finally, after 8 minutes of play, the Lil Step Bros find their first.
Oh, man, that 50-50 from Creams. Shock might have been a little bit too eager to go up for that one. You know, Ghost, you're feeling confident. Okay, I will give you that. But conceding this goal now, all right, maybe bring you back into the realm of reality. Let's get our wits about us here. Little Step Bros, certainly they have been playing fairly well. It's just like Ghost is completely going off here on the defense. Creams is able to force this one up high. A nice little drop here from Spider, but nowhere near enough contact towards the target line. Plays in the 1v1, not able to get around Kep. And it's going to be an interesting last 2 minutes of play, I think, here, Bass. We explore the possibility of the Little Step Bros continuing to play on the offense. Hoxer, the delivery towards Lion Blaze. He respects the defense, though. Back towards the mid. Gonna try and do it all himself and denied by Spider. You gotta give respect. Oh, what is the double commit? What is happening? Spider with a little more boost as a free net. This game is going off the rails. Creams on the double tap pass in the center. There's AlphaKep to tie up the game. Bass, what are we watching?
We're watching the collapse of Ghost Gaming here. What was a huge breakaway play. Hoxer had that entire bump play choreographed, and then as soon as a double commit happens out at midfield, AlphaKep and Creams, they are there in the blink of an eye, like a lightning bolt through the sky. They transition down the field and find themselves the tying goal. I thought this game was basically wrapped up. With the intro that we had from Ghost Gaming, you thought they'd be dang near impossible to stop. The reality is, that is not the reality. 90 seconds to go here. Plenty of time for either one of these teams to find that silver goal and potentially take this series. Could be Lion Blaze 50-50, but it's denied by AlphaKep. If there's going to be any player to step up on defense for Lil Step Bros, it's gonna be AlphaKep.
Dude. Dude, I'm having a great time. Lion Blaze off the backboard. Shock is there. Beautiful delivery for Lion Blaze. He is inside the minds of the defense. You can see how he's manipulating this one. Creams, they try to make the play. They see he's going for the pass off the backboard, but he goes with the sharpest angle possible, and Shock is the only one who reads it correctly.
If I'm reading my stats correctly, I gotta figure this one out indefinitely. Someone behind the scenes can hopefully correct me if I'm wrong. I think Lion Blaze has literally got basically 99 goal participation. Like, at this point, he has been involved in all but a single goal for Ghost Gaming here. He has been so influential to this offense. Influential doesn't even begin to describe it. My man is a micro-celebrity with whatever you want to call it on Instagram, just influencing every single player on this pitch to understand he is in control and no one else. Who's in control? The defense here. It is Shock once again, but he cannot get the follow-up. Shock has been trying to clean up this defense, but Creams, he will poke even more holes.
Talk about that key play, though, from AlphaKep, reading that one off of Lion Blaze. And Shock, I mean, good effort, but you gotta stay down of the net. He knows that Spider has so much he can shoot at, and Shock has to keep his options available. When that shot comes right on target, no momentum, no chance to get it away. Honestly, a textbook play there. What is this? A textbook play, followed up play, whatever in the world happened here, and Lion Blaze has got a hat trick.
Lion Blaze has, I'm going to just point this out once again. Lion Blaze, if I'm not mistaken right now, has literally 6 goals in a series that has been 3 games long. 6 goals in 3 games. My man has been beyond electric. He has been blazing up and down this pitch and continuing to be such a thorn in the side of everybody on the side of Lil Step Bros. Honestly, at this point, Squid, I'm just hoping Lil Step Bros have a way to calm this man down in particular. Usually, you gotta shut down a team. Right now, you gotta shut down Lion Blaze.
Like I said, clues in the name. Man is literally on fire right now. Kept the slow play. They need one to tie this back up. Ghost trying to hold on to this lead. They've had so much offense levied against them here in the past couple of minutes of play. Final 10 seconds to begin to tick here, and everything is up for grabs. Spider, excuse me, Creams now over towards Kep. The putt touchdown. No, what a play from Shock. It's still in the air. Kep denied by Lion Blaze, and oh my goodness. Nothing is ever set in stone. I got no idea what's going on. I don't even have time to look down at the names to find out who's making a play pass, because any one of them is going to make a huge impact.
Honestly, at this point, this is the series we were hoping for. This is why I said this could potentially be even closer than the finals. Overtime game number 1. What should have been a tied ball game in game number 2, if not for this own saves out of Lil Step Bros and the missed opportunities. And game number 3, a last-second goal from Ghost Gaming is the only thing that separates these two squads. Squid, this series has already lived up to our expectations, and that was only game number 3.
Lion Blaze has got to calm down, dude. I swear, this is going to be an easy tournament for Ghost Gaming right now. If Lion Blaze keeps on the path he's going, because everybody is just being left destroyed in his wake right now. 3 goals on this game, 742 points, outscoring everybody else by a massive margin. I'm so excited. You mentioned that this might be grand finals material. I'm over here just having the best time of my life right now. I'm ready for this lobby to roll on over. The little Step Bros, they're bringing everything they got to the table. It is chaos on the field, absolute cacophony. And yet, I can't help but want for more.
Dude, I want more, but also at the same time, what I want to see is Ghost Gaming keep this up. The big issue for me is sometimes I've seen Ghost Gaming, they fall into a little bit of a lull, get too comfortable with the way that the other team is playing, and then they don't necessarily have that same sort of oomph that they have in certain games. I think here is going to be a different story, and the main reason why is that they don't really have a chance to take their foot off the gas. They can recognize how Lil Step Bros is playing with this uber aggression that they've continually thrown at them, with this super fast-paced gameplay on their defensive end. They don't have a chance to slow down whatsoever. If they do, that's probably going to be the end of them winning this series. So let's see, Ghost Gaming, keep your foot on the gas and keep your balls going to Lion Blaze. Dish this man every single pass you can, and you might just be able to walk away with a win here.
Oh, Lion Blaze got control of it there. I thought they was going to go for the solo effort. Finds Shock, finds Hoxer to the backboard. There's nobody in the zone for it, though. I'm fairly certain that the little Step Bros are going to be glad of that. You saw how fast Creams was up to that ball. They didn't want to take the risk. Now Kep, speaking of, trying to make something happen. And now the shot out of the corner. Whoa! Creams out of nowhere. The defense didn't expect it, and neither did I. That's number 1.
I can't really blame them for not being prepared for this shot here. Lion Blaze tries to keep this one close, but as he just dishes it out to Creams, Hoxer can do nothing but jump. Honestly, that gets shot anywhere else on goal. That's probably a save. Perfect placement to the top left, and that will be the early lead here for Lil Step Bros. Something I think they needed to establish as well for a team that has been, I would say, sort of in the mud with their mental here, considering every time that they seem to get back into a game, Ghost Gaming have a quick response. For them to start off strong here, to have a really solid first goal, that's going to be crucial for their ability to stay in this series. That being said, 4 minutes remaining here, Squid. I'm not going to say that they've got this one wrapped up, but not by any stretch of the imagination, especially with an open goal. All right, I'm glad Lion Blaze didn't put that on target, because all that momentum that Lil Step Bros would have built would have just flown out the window. I
mean, we saw that pass in the center from Spider. Creams was there. It was so much space and time granted from Ghost to the Lil Step Bros, and then it was a field slip and almost that play downfield, which would have hurt. And you say how it's been a very mentally challenging game for the Little Step Bros to, you know, keep their wits about them, despite the fact that Ghosts have continuously come back every single time. But I gotta be honest, you say it's challenging, and yet the Little Step Bros continue to put goals on the target, and I think, to me, that's just a huge indicator that, no, I don't necessarily think that they are in the mud with their mental. In fact, I feel like they're feeling pretty good. It's just Lion Blaze is doing so much better trying to get under Spider, and they just go right after it. They're not going to let that happen.
I'm about to say, if they did get scored on like that, though, their mental definitely would have been in the mud after that one. That would have just been embarrassing with the way that Lion Blaze has been just trotting up and down this pitch. I would say with some resistance, but the big issue is some resistance is not enough. You got to quiet this kid down, and that is a lot easier said than done, especially with 3 minutes remaining. Oh, and especially with Hoxer with a dribble like this out to Lion Blaze. Hoxer going to run interference, but it's not going to be enough. Creams on the line to stop this one, and Shock to just dish it out to Alpha Kep. Easy shot for Creams. There comes Spider, and there goes Lion Blaze on the line. That was a huge mistake out of Shock. That almost resulted directly in a goal for Lil Step Bros.
I mean, you say that, but Lion Blaze is on the goal line. Are you really going to be scared when Lion Blaze is on the goal line? I don't care what kind of shot's coming on target. You got Lion Blaze on the goal line. What's to worry about? Absolutely nothing. And they might even get a chance to attack here. Lion, I like the bounce shot idea. The change-up's enough, but Spider is there to beat Shock out. I mean, the bar certainly doing some work there, but oh my goodness. Now back downfield, Lion Blaze, the read on that 1v1. And this pass is why I was saying you never got to worry, because he's reading everything. There is nothing you can throw his way that he hasn't already seen 10 times before. He's able to push it downfield as well, but they still do need a goal in response. Little Step Bros have been doing a phenomenal job on the defense so far.
I mean, honestly, you say that we don't need to worry, but honestly, I gotta wonder if Ghost Gaming is feeling the same. They're going on 3 minutes without being able to find themselves a goal, and honestly, it's a bit surprising considering how they've been able to penetrate this defense time and time again. Usually it's from fake-out plays like this, but Alpha Kep will get in the way, dives on target, and is able to make yet another save. And although I'm starting to see Ghost Gaming with a little bit more of a grip on this offensive third, they gotta now keep this up for another 90 seconds and not concede another goal. Hoxer could clear out in 50-50, should dish this out to somebody, but neither Lion Blaze nor him will commit. Eventually, Lion will get a 50-50 center, and Shock will get a shot on target, but once again, Alpha Kep steps up when it counts and makes the save, and again, Alpha Kep being just an absolute brick wall on defense right now.
Man, I gotta be honest, watching that Ghost advance a couple of plays ago, where I think it was Spider with absolutely zero boost in the midfield. Line Blaze and Shock were both lurking, and now almost fake underneath here, and Kep will get credit for the goal. But the fake out is more than enough to fool the defense. Creams yet again doing something cheesy, and Shock is just gone.
That is brilliant out of Little Step Bros there. That's how you gotta do it. If you are going to try and stop a team like this, who, in my opinion, is just out-mechanicking you, you need to start getting into the mind game. Start to fake them out. Make some plays that are a little bit different than the standard that they're expecting, and that is exactly that. Although Hawkser, that's pretty unstandard out of him, but neither Lion Blaze nor Shock want to commit. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's starting to look like Ghost Gaming are getting a little bit trigger shy, and they're also not able to make the same saves. Shock, I was so complimentary of you before. I have got no compliments for this one.
Like I said in the intermission, chaos, cacophony. That is this series right now. I don't know what to believe. I really don't. And it looks like we're going to be going to at least a Game 6 here. So, expectations. I'm supposed to know this game, right? Inside and out. I've played 5,000 hours. I watched so much of esports, and I still have no idea what we're looking at here. Creams, wonderful takeaway. That's gonna be number 4. Oxer can't get there in time. Baz, what is happening?
Shutout against Ghost Gaming, which is beyond surprising to me. I don't even know what to say at this point. I'm just confused because what has been, like we said, it's such a close series back and forth. Game 1 overtime, Game 3 not an overtime, barely avoiding an overtime. And Game 2, what should have been a tied game, but just if not for a couple of missed shots out of Little Step Bros. And then Game 4, and it's 4-0 in favor of them. Again, this is why I said going into the series, do not underestimate Little Step Bros. They have been a team that has been taking names and numbers across North America, and almost every time they are the underdogs in those situations. I don't know if they're going to be the underdogs after walking away from this one. They have proven themselves to be one of the most threatening teams out of the bubble scene, even taking down the likes of straight-up RLCS teams in Ghost Gaming. This is not an overwhelming victory. This is a dominant one, and it's about to end with a shutout in favor of Little Step Bros. Let the ball drop, lads. That's all you got to do. Shock will not, but he's not going to be able to keep it up any longer. So Little Step Bros 4-0 in game number 4.
You mentioned the pedigree this team brings to the table. They're taking Ghost to at least 6 games here, if not taking the series. On top of that, and advancing to the finals, which is something I never thought I would say. But on top of that, they beat Torrent in the last Challenger event too. A full Torrent with the new Hot Blood Zenil on the team. And we're just over here like, huh, is that really the story we want to tell now? With Creams picking up 3 goals, one of them being unassisted in this game? I don't know. I don't know what to believe, Bass. Nothing makes sense. We thought Lion Blaze was going to be the one to pop off. I thought at the beginning Creams was going to be the one to pop off. It looks like we're both getting our wishes tonight. This is awesome.
Honestly, this is why, again, I said this is kind of the series to watch. As much as we've had a million different fans of a million different teams come through this chat here today, I hope you guys are paying real close attention to this series, because I'm not going to say the winner of this one goes on to win the tournament, but it's pretty close to feeling like that with how close these two teams have played, with how aggressive they have been back and forth. I just feel like there's something in the air right now. For Ghost Gaming, I gotta hope that something in the air is going to be the reignition of Lion Blaze. A very quiet game out of him in game number 4. And now here in game number 5, as we move on to Wasteland, they have got to try and turn this one around. It feels like this is kind of the pivot point here with 3 games to go in this series. The winner to take this one, they move on to series point, and that could potentially be the end overall if they can just run with that momentum.
Oh boy. Whoa, and Shock has to get out to that one. Spider was already tracking it down through the mid. You talk about how this one's going to play out. Who is going to show up? I mean, we saw Creams and Lion Blaze so far this series. The absolute pop-offs from them.
Ooh.
They got to figure out how to defend each other at this point is what it seems like. Oh, Kep with the slow plays. Not going to be able to fool Hawkser, not this time, but they're going to maintain this possession. Little Step Bros trying to pick up right where they left off on Neo Tokyo. It will get cleared downfield, but only momentarily. Creams finds Kep all the way downfield. Almost the read off the corner play from Hawkser. I don't know, maybe he was just in the right place at the right time for that one. Now Lion plays for something, but it's only speculative as we'll drop out of the midfield line. Or will we? The turnaround! And Shock is there! Baz, I continue to be dumbfounded by these plays.
I just don't understand what's going on. Lion Blaze bumping Creams. That's what cleared out the goal. I was about to say, the interruption in midfield was surprising for sure, but I thought someone would get back. But when you clear the lane like that, that's going to be an easy way to find that opener. And that's kind of the difference for me right now, is that we've seen mechanical plays, we've seen some fantastic passing plays, but when are we going to see the physicality out of Ghost Gaming? When they're this well coordinated, you have got to expect at least a couple of them. And here it starts to come. Although Spider, he's going to get physical himself. Demoing Lion Blaze out of midfield, but it's not really going to do much, as Hawks are on 0 boost, still able to 50-50 the ever-living heck out of that team. Same with Lion Blaze. Shock gonna try and do the same, and now you're starting to see two issues at once here. It feels like the boost is starting to run just a little bit lower on the side of everyone on those step bros, or they just don't want to utilize those resources. They're preparing so much for the transition downfield that they're getting a little bit more vulnerable on their back half. Although, this is not necessarily going to bode any better for them here, as Shock and Hawkster go for the same ball. It still works out, as Lion Blaze should be able to get at least a 50-50. No, outright wins the challenge here, and I'm a bit confused. Little Step Bros, a team that we said were so aggressive, starting to look a little bit more methodical in their challenges, and it's not really working out.
There is no methodology. I think you're reading too far into it. What I've just realized, I've done some thinking here, all right, over the past minute or so. I'm starting to realize I understand what's going on now. This is just a contest of raw speed. Whoever gets to the ball first, whoever's playing the closer secondary, whoever gets control over the ball, that's who wins the game right now. I mean, it is literally just like, go offense, 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 offense. Sure, the defense is making some great plays here and again, but here's Oxer, the double tap, cannot put it on target. But that's the thing, you leave those kinds of gaps open. I mean, the solo plays have been a massive staple of this series so far. No doubt, we're not really calling out a lot of the assists. It's got to be fantastic shots from one player or the other. Here's Lion Blaze to put their name in the hat. They won't have enough boost for it, though. The double tap from Spider's enough to put this down in the corner. Like I said, it's just about whoever gets to the ball first at this point.
It is really so incredibly aggressive here. Another good example is Hawkster and Creams both meet on the ceiling. And Lion Blaze, he meets himself with a great first touch. What about a second? Alpha Cap gonna be able to interrupt him, but not really dissuade this from a continual offense out of Ghost Gaming. Again, this is something we said that Ghost like to do. They find the vulnerabilities in the defense, start to make them awkward, and keep that pressure up until eventually they find a crack. Could this be the one here? Hawkster denied by the defense once again, but as Creams cannot find a follow-up touch to go downfield. It does feel like Little Step Bros, they're starting to lose that lethality that they had on offense. Before, it felt like they were making Ghost Gaming uncomfortable. This time, Ghosts seem to have their heads wrapped around everything being thrown at them.
My head hurts at this point. I don't even know what's happening.
What about this? Just gonna leave it?
Lion Blaze! Dear God, bow down, Little Step Bros. This man off the chain right now.
Again, and this is the issue with Lion Blaze, is that you can see these plays being developed. You can see him just out-meching you without a second thought, and all you can really do is sit there and go, yep. All right, here we go. And that's exactly what it's got to be right now for Little Step Bros, is wipe away the sweat off your brow, wipe away what has been disgusting shots out of Ghost Gaming, and just keep on trekking along, because you do have a chance here. Not if Hawkster, though, dishes this out to Lion Blaze, but he will not commit. Clever out of Lion Blaze. Again, this is what we said was going to be the separating factor. If it's an uber-aggressive game like this, where teams are just blazing at the ball at lightning speeds, it's those little switch-ups that are going to start to separate the two squads.
Oh, but Hawkster gonna get a freebie here. Spider, not the touch they wanted. Fast, it looks like Ghosts well on their way to match point here in the semifinal. And with good reason, although I say with good reason. It feels like Little Step Bros at this point just need to find a little bit more of a spark on offense, and things are really gonna fall apart. I mean, Ghost Gaming, I'm not saying their defense is bad, but I've been saying pretty much for the last 3 minutes or so, this has been just a game all about pace. If you can get your offense out there fast, I don't think there's anything in this world that could stop you. I mean, Energy, Torrent, you guys got to be looking out. I don't know what you're thinking about right now, but oh my goodness, Lion Blaze able to make that read against Spider. This is just, I need more popcorn. That's really all I can say. The pass out here to Shock, beautifully placed. Crossbar down and in, number 4.
And that is not a player you want to come to life. I feel like Shock has not necessarily been disrespected by the RLCS scene over the last half a year or so, but when Ghost Gaming started to fall apart, a lot of people were kind of poking fingers at different players on the team. Once Shock got that reignition of getting Hawkster onto this team, I think that was by far when he started to impress me the most. He was such a reliable player. That was the big thing for me, is that he could do offense, he could do defense, he could do midfield, he could do everything that he needed to, and did it in spades. So for Shock to step up here at the end of this series is a dangerous thing thing for Little Step Bros to now have to try and deal with. Although, they're going to also have to try and deal with this, and who else to step up but Shock? Soon as I call his name, he delivers exactly as I expected him to. Well, Ghost Gaming, they deliver exactly how they wanted to here after a devastating loss in the last one. 4-0 in favor of Little Step Bros. Now it's 4-0 in favor of Ghost Gaming. We are going to head into game number 6 with an overwhelming victory for Ghost. And Little Step Bros, it's going to be up to you guys to figure out how to respond. How about a 5th goal for the road? A little bit off target. Hawks are not really going to care much as Shock will go for the follow-up touch. At this point, it's all a formality, Squid. Let the ball drop and let's head to game number 6 with potentially the chance for Ghost Gaming to close out the series and head to the finals.
I think we need to take the 60 seconds pass.
Yeah.
Really, we do. As much as the players on the Little Step Bros side might need this one, I'm just gonna take it low, take it slow. Give the voice a little rest, give the brain a little rest, because I think I need that more than anything. Little Step Bros, you know, they had some good-looking offense, but at the end of the day, you talk about how Hoxer and Shock are beginning to step up, and particularly giving the highlight there to Shock, but Hoxer walks away with the MVP on this one, and I do agree, it's just so insanely dangerous for the Little Step Bros to allow that kind of an emergence from Hoxer and Shock. Although, here's the thing, Spider and Kep have had some good moments throughout this series. If they could respond with pop-offs of their own, then it is really just a shootout from there on. Because I talked about how speed was the name of the game for the longest time there on Wasteland. If that continues to be the case, and if Creams and Spider and Alpha Kep all step up in equal parts, it's just a massive toss-up. Nobody knows.
Well, the big player that I think needs to step up, if any, is going to be Spider. Throughout the series, he has been extremely quiet. A single goal and 2 assists, his only contributions to the offense thus far. Meanwhile, Alpha Cap and Creams have both already tacked on a hat trick in individual games. So we want to see a player step up. It's got to be Spider, in my opinion. He has not played a poor series by any stretch of the imagination, but the issue is, just being good is not enough. You've got to be great to shut down a team like Ghost Gaming, who are absolutely feeling themselves right now. Hoxer trying to feel something with this ball, though. Not really quite able to do anything with it besides get a 50-50 that booms across the pitch. And the Spider, oh, we said he needed to step up. Can he do it now? Not quite. Bumped off the ball, and that air dribble will be denied. But a good start here out of the Step Bros as the aggression is back where it needs to be.
And you can see how they played very well that possession with the follow-up. So my little rest of the voice is over. Did need that, I will say. You can see how that air drag accomplished so much for them. They were able to hold on to the midfield line. They find themselves on the attack. Of course, that miss from Spider isn't exactly what we're looking for. Line Blaze with a takeaway. Oh, almost a double tap. The shot's still there from Shock, and you are countering a double-pronged attack there. How are you going to make that save?
You kind of just hope that you can, especially when Hoxer is running interference in the net. It's the reason why Creams immediately goes for the in-and-out save. He doesn't really have an option. Otherwise, he's getting sent to the Shadow Realm. But at this point, with 4 minutes remaining, there's plenty of time for recovery here out of Little Step Bros. But again, this kind of feels like the beginning of the end here. Ghost Gaming started off with a hot goal in the last game. Can Little Step Bros find a quick response? No, they actually double commit. If Shock can boom this down clear, there is a chance. But all he can really do is send it back center where Hoxer is waiting. Shock will beat out the oncoming offender in Alpha Cap, and Lion Blaze will be able to pop this one high. Who's going to be there for the follow-up? Unfortunately, nobody. Again, this is where Ghost Gaming are their most dangerous. When each individual player starts to feel that confidence, that's where you got to be scared of what you said was not just a 2-pronged attack, a 3-pronged attack from all individual players.
We'll see, though. The Little Step Bros, despite the fact that Spider may have had a lackluster play here or there on that last drive, certainly stepped up. Only moments ago was able to cut off a key passing lane, is going to take possession of this one as well. Knock Hoxer all the way back downfield, but Lion Blaze and Shock, a free connection in the mid. I don't want to see Ghost being given that kind of space and time. Neither of that in the corner, but Creams does take control. It's all about the cold and calculated plays now, but not necessarily just being out to the ball first. They know they have to respect each and every one of the players on the field. I think it's going to be a very valuable change for the defense. You can see Creams cutting out that passing lane. They need to stop Lion Blaze, though. The physical play going to come through as well. And the 2-pronged attack yet again.
All right, well, you got to stop Lion Blaze, but how about we stop Shock again? When this man comes to life, he's a dangerous player, and when he goes headhunting for the last defender, all you can really do is duck, dive, and weave until eventually you are bopped out of this game. Again, more physicality, more ability to interfere with the defense is what is making this so difficult for everyone in Little Step Bros to really get a read. We asked for them to get physical, I think in game 3 or 4. They have not just started to get physical, but they've also integrated that into their mechanical plays as well. It's the combination of everything that has made this so dangerous. dangerous, and that is why I continue to say that Ghost Gaming are one of the most up-and-coming teams in North America. Again, this is their first split with this trio. Their very first split with this trio. If this is how they're introing this team, I don't want to see what they look like by the time that we get to the championship at the end of summer. It is going to be a terrifying reality for many of the other teams in this competition. But the reality right now is that Little Step Bros, you don't win this game, that's the end of your tournament, and you can kiss that $2,000 first place goodbye. They got 2 minutes to turn this one around. It is very possible, but with the way that Ghost Gaming are suffocating them into their own half, it is going to be incredibly difficult.
All right, even as you say that, we did see quite an extended stay near the midfield or even on the orange half for a part of that period. Although, Shock out of the corner. Oh, the change up. That's going to fool the defense. Way to make them feel silly. Shock for number 3.
Oh boy, and again, this is another thing that we were hinting at, the change up in pace of play. When everybody's diving at the ball uber aggressive, all you gotta do is take one little soft doink and that will be enough. Fantastic play out of Shock, and honestly, that's a fantastic way to possibly cap this game off. But at this point, Little Step Bros, they're not going to be able to get bopped out of the tournament entirely. I've been corrected. They're going to have a third-place match to at least try and fight for. But again, $2,000 for first place is a very different prize pool than the rest of what is left here. I believe third place is $250. So, yeah, they'd rather go for that $2K prize, and that's going to need to be a little bit different. Oh, $300. I'm getting corrected. Honestly, doesn't really matter. It's not $2,000. It's not the same.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a key takeaway. However, the Spider, okay, they are still in this. They are still in this. That goal certainly would have been a great re-entry. They're going to need one, I think, before the minute marker if they want to have my favor coming into this last little bit of the game. Creams, wait, up high. Shock is forced into service on that one. And now the long bomb downfield. Oh, God. Oh, God, that's just going to be in. That's, okay. Maybe I'm ready to call this one. Goes to the finals. Certainly not an unexpected result. But here's the deal. You know, Little Step Bros, you certainly put your best foot forward in this one. And despite the fact they might fall here, the loser of Torrent and NRG is still going to have to contend with the Little Step Bros, who are looking fairly confident. I gotta be honest, they've already beaten Torrent once in a recent event. So if Torrent does indeed fall to NRG, which is not necessarily unlikely in my opinion, I think there's a very real chance that Little Step Bros takes away a third place finish in an event with very many RLCS teams competing in it.
I mean, honestly, the big thing for me, besides the fact that Creams is going to miss this goal, I already knew that he didn't have the lineup on that one. It's okay. The big thing for me, though, is also the fact that they're getting a ton of series points. The big thing for them here is maybe they miss out on that grand prize in this super event, but they still get a chance to play in the 35K championship at the end of the summer, and that's where the big money is going to lie. And giving yourself this many series points to give yourself a better seed in that tournament is going to be a massive difference for them. So, yes, they don't necessarily walk away with the win overall. Their potential at this point is a minimum, though. 36 points for fourth place, 45 for third. I mean, we can't overstate how important that is. So although they do take a devastating loss, what will be their second shutout in a row, unless they can find a miraculous shot at the end of this game, it was still a good performance out of Step Bros, but this was the performance we were expecting out of Ghost Gaming. Once they come to life, they do not stop. Ghost Gaming to take this one in 6.
Well, I got the team right. I predicted Ghost would take this. Never expected it to be this way. Little Step Bros on a different day. This is a victory. Although, I gotta say, the way that they performed here and now, I think that they are a very real threat to many a team in the future.